Hello everyone, welcome to our video tutorial about Autofill. Autofill is a feature that helps us to enter a series of numbers and characters in a specified range, and also have the software complete the entry that we have started. Now, for instance, on our screen, I have created some headings that we are going to work with to see how Autofill works. In some cases, you may have a list that you would like to create very fast in your worksheet, and you find you're taking a lot of time creating them. Such list may be a list with the same content, some list having numbers increasing, mixed list, days with only the weekdays, then dates, month, year, text, and so on. So that can just be created very fast when using this Autofill feature. Therefore, to follow this tutorial, you can pause the video and try to type in these headings in your worksheet, and then we move together. So now we can start by creating same content. Now in cell A2 we are going to type 1. Then we press the enter key. Now when we are going to autofill, we have to make sure we select the cell with the content. Now we can select cell A2. When you select cell A2, our next step is now to go at the bottom edge of this selected cell. So when you reach there, your cursor will now change into a plus feature. This plus feature is what we call the fill handle. Now when the fill handle appears at the extreme edge at the bottom of the selected cell, you're going to click the left click button, hold it down, and then move downwards. So we click, hold, then move downwards. As you're moving, you can see a 1 being displayed on your screen. So we continue moving up to cell A7. Then after, we can now release the mouse button. So when you release the mouse button, you see we have now created a list of the same content without typing these lists. Next, let's create increasing lists. Increasing lists here, we don't want to have the same content, but you want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, increasing numbers. Now we shall select cell B2, click there, then we press 1. Now our next step will be to go at the bottom and we see our fill handle. When it appears, click, hold, then move downwards. You see the 1 is also appearing. Now that means if we release the mouse button, we are going to have that cell having the same contents, which is not what we want. Now we are going to press on the Control key on our keyboard so that we create increasing numbers. Now I've pressed on the Control key. When you press on the Control key, what was previously 1 has now changed to 6. So the next step is to release first the mouse button. So after releasing the mouse button, you can now leave the Control key. Then here we have our numbers increasing. Now, whenever we create these lists, you can realize a feature at the bottom here. Let's click on that autofill option. When you click on it, you can see the option where we can copy cells. Copying cells means that we shall only create the contents with 1. For instance, we can click on it. When you click on it, it gives you the same contents. Let's go back now and put our increasing numbers back by using this same feature. So we shall click on it. Then if you want increasing numbers, we shall select this option for fill series. When you click on fill series, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 6. Autofill can also help us to create mixed lists. Now in cell C2, we click inside and type step, then space 1. Now this is mixed in such a way that we have got text and numbers. Now if you want step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what we shall do is, after typing, move our mouse piece to that bottom edge. When the autofill appears, click, hold, then move downwards without even pressing on the control key. Then you can now release. As you can see, now we are on step 6. Likewise, we can create days of the week, that is from Monday up to Saturday. Now we can click under D2. Then the first thing we shall do is to type Monday. After typing Monday, move your pointer to the extreme end at the bottom. When the fill holder appears again, click, hold, and then move downwards. You can even create up to Sunday. So here we have days, and these are from Monday up to Sunday. If you want to create days but only with week days, we shall also do that by clicking in cell E2. Then we type Monday. Make sure the spelling is correct. Then move your pointer to the bottom edge, click, hold, and then move downwards. Then we are going to release the mouse button. When we release the mouse button, to create weekdays, here we shall use this option for the autofill. Now we click on that arrow. Then we shall say we want to fill only weekdays. So we click on fill weekdays. When you click on fill weekdays, you now see Saturday and Sunday have been removed from our list. Then with dates, we can also create the list. We click, then we say this is May 9th, 2020. After, use your fill handle, click, hold, and move to fill your days. If you realize on this list, it is only the dates changing, but the months are not changing, and the year is not changing. We can decide to change the months, and we leave these dates as 9th. So to do that, we use this autofill feature. Click on it. Then, as you can see down here, we have option to change months. So we click on fill months. We click on it. So when you click, you see now we have May 9th, June 9th, and so on. If you would like to also change the year, that is also possible. We use the auto fill option. Click on it. Then you say fill years. On clicking on fill years, we have now 2020, 2021 up to 2026. Then let's look at also the months now. So our first month is January. We can try to abbreviate it as well. After typing, move your selector at the bottom edge. When the autofill appears, click, hold, and then move downwards. And then we are going to release the mouse piece. We have our list for the months created, that is from January up to July. If you want to complete, we can still place our fill holder, click, hold, and then move. Then we now see December, and you can release the mouse button. If you write it as January, For example, we can click below here, then we say January, but make sure the spelling is correct. So when you type it like that, use your fill handle, click, hold, and move. So when it is abbreviated, all other months will also be abbreviated. If it is not abbreviated, then we shall have it look like this one. Now we want to create year, so we can start with our year 2020. So we want increasing year 2020, 2021, like that. So after typing, go at the bottom edge, click, hold, and then move. Now here you have to make sure you press on the control key, because if we don't press on the control key, we shall have the same year, that is 2020, as we can see from that live preview. So I'm pressing on the control key, then releasing the mouse button, and next is releasing the control key. Then here we have now 2020 up to 2026. We can also work with text. So under our text, we are going to type their names. First one will be Isaac. We press enter. Second one will be Simon. Press enter. Third one will be Rose. Then we press enter. Now we want to fill this list that after these three, the next will now be Isaac again, Simon, Rose, Isaac, Simon, Rose. How do we do that? Now this time we are going to select all these three cells. So we click, hold, then move to select the three cells. Move our pointer to the bottom edge. When the autofill comes, click, hold, then move. As you're moving, you can see the names now auto-filling. If you continue moving, now we are on Simon, then we have Rose. Release the mouse button. We can click aside to see our list. We have Isaac, Simon, Rose, Isaac, Simon, Rose, and so on. So that's how autofill can also help you to create list using only the text. With steps increasing, here we are going to put in our contents. We shall have 1, then we put 2. Press enter. Then we expect the next to be after 3, 4 should be missed, then 5, then after 5 we should miss 6, then 7, and so on. So we shall click, hold, and select these two cells. Use our autofill, click, hold, then move. So release. So you can see now we have our lists created. 1, 2 is missing, 3, 4 is missing, then 5, 6 is missing, then 7, and so on and so forth. You can decide to create your own list if you want, and to do that, let's use an example of classes. So we shall create here a column heading for class. So we type class and we press on the enter key. After pressing the enter key, we shall go to the office button. Click on the office button. Then we use this Excel options. Click on Excel options. Then the popular bar will be already selected, and this is what we wish to work with. Then from there we shall click on the edit custom lists. So when you click on the edit custom list, the dialog box for custom list is displayed for us. So we are going to use this area for new list. That new list is already selected. What we see here are the predefined lists that are in this program. So to create our own list, click inside that box for new list. Then we type senior 1. Then you put a comma, type senior 2, senior spelling error, senior 2. Then we can type senior 3. Then we have senior 4. Then now after typing the list we want, we can now click on the add option. When we click on the add option, our list will be arranged in order. After there, we can now click on OK. When we click on OK, this dialog box will again be displayed for us, but you can continue and click OK once again. Now let's find out whether our program can recognize the list that we have created. To do that, we shall go under this column for class. In cell K2, we type now senior 1. After typing senior 1, we want now to autofill. So we shall move to the extreme bottom edge. When the fill handle appears, we click, hold, and then move. You can now see our list is recognized by the program. If we can release from there, you see we have senior 1, senior 2, senior 3, and senior 4. That's how simple you can work with the autofill. Since we can create these lists and autofill them, it means that they are now added on the custom lists of this program. To view that, we go to the Office button, then we click Excel, Options, and then Edit Custom List. You can see our list names are already there. We can now click on the OK button and once more OK button. So the autofill feature is an interesting feature that could save you a lot of time from typing in your worksheet. Hope you found this video tutorial useful to you. That's it for now. See you in our next tutorial.